Opening credits, the moment where the filmmaker can set the tone for the entire film. Some directors have fun with their credits, while others don't. Unfortunately, opening credits seem like a dying breed these days, so I wanted to make a quick list to mention some of my favorite all-time opening credit sequences. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Number 10.
Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen.
Zack Snyder starts Watchmen off, not with a bang, but with the smooth voice of Bob Dylan. The opening credits for this movie are fantastic. What's clever about the opening credits is that it tells a story. The credits almost act like a slow montage. We watch the rise and fall of this group of crime-fighting superheroes with the use of slow motion and Bob Dylan's The Times Are A-Changin'. Not only is it showing us a story, it's also injecting real-life moments through history, only they're slightly different than the way they actually happened. My favorite is the shooting of JFK, revealing that the shooter was the comedian, one of the main characters of the film. Even if I think the movie is overall pretty mid, the opening credits are not. The opening credits are awesome. Number 9. David Fincher has no shortage of memorable opening credits. In fact, spoiler alert, there is another Fincher film on my list and you'll be seeing it shortly. I love the opening credits to Panic Room. The way he uses text against the Manhattan skyscrapers is incredible. And look at the lighting on the text. It is unreal. Howard Shore's thrilling score ramps up as the credits go along and sets the tone for this Hitchcockian thriller. And that's ultimately what these credits remind me of, like an old 1940s, 1950s thriller movies, only with an updated flair from Fincher. This movie is underrated, just like the credits. Number 8. Man, how fun is this credit sequence? This is absolutely an homage to old crime thrillers from the 40s and 50s. The animation here is stunning. We move from scene to scene as the credits foreshadow what's to come. We watch as a detective tries to chase down a criminal but is always one step behind. What's excellent here is the use of color. We get some soft blue, orange, green, and just when you think you have the color scheme figured out, it quickly changes on you. And obviously the score here from John Williams is a banger because of course it is. I wish modern movies would take more chances these days to give us something like this. It's charming, it's cute, it's wonderful. Spielberg knows what he's doing and it shows. These credits are simply amazing. Number 7. The opening credits of The Shining is pretty iconic and for good reason. The opening credits is just helicopter footage following Jack Torrance's yellow VW Bug as he travels through the Colorado mountains. What's eerie and uncomfortable about these credits is the sense of isolation. Every single shot in the sequence is a wide shot, capturing how alone you can be when you're away from society. Then you add in that awesome, creepy score, and what you get is a weird, uncomfortable experience, and the damn movie hasn't really even started yet. The film and the credits itself are just proof of how much of a genius Kubrick really was. Number 6. Let's be real, the opening credits to Seven is the thing of nightmares. I don't think there's ever been an opening credits as creepy and unsettling as Seven's. Set to a remix of Nine Inch Nails' Closer, we get a collage of alarming footage. We get creepy writings from composition books, close-ups of fingers peeling off skin with a razor blade. We get flashes of disturbing photos. The ominous footage we get here is elevated by the editing. The images are warped, it jumps constantly, and it overall gives off a feeling like we're watching an old messed up 8mm film that we shouldn't be watching. The opening credits of Seven are fucked, and I love it. Number 5. I don't have a particular pick from this franchise, this is just an overall pick because they're all fucking awesome. Outside of maybe Star Wars and James Bond, I can't think of another film franchise that does something quite like this, movie after movie. The moment that fuse is lit, we are assaulted with one of the most iconic theme songs ever, and we get fast-cut clips of what's going to happen in the movie. It's a tactic that gets you hyped for the movie in an instant. Mission Impossible is my favorite film franchise. It is my Star Wars, if you will. And every time I sit down in a theater to watch a new one and that song hits, I immediately get goosebumps. Thank God for Mission Impossible, and thank God for all the memorable title sequences we've got over the years. Number 4.
I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Lord of War's opening credits are pretty thought-provoking and ultimately disturbing. That's because the entire sequence is the point of view from a single bullet. We watch as a bullet is made in a factory, we see it get placed in a crate for shipping, we see the crate open up to find a Russian general hovering over the crate, then we see the bullet get put into an AK-47 and shot out only to kill a small child. The journey of a bullet, set to Buffalo Springfield's For What It's Worth, is one of the most memorable opening credit sequences out there and has one hell of a gut punch in the finale. Opening credits can be flashy, moody, or fun, but Lord of War proved it could be thought-provoking and uncomfortable. Number 3. I mean, come on, it doesn't get much more poetic than this. In gorgeous black and white, we watch Jake LaMotta hop around the ring in slow motion as the crowd takes pictures of him. It's a simple idea, but is executed by the master of cinema. Scorsese holds on this wide shot and never cuts as we watch Jake walk around this massive ring. And let's be honest, that ring is about 3 sizes too big, but it kinda doesn't matter. The framing is masterful. Jake framed on the left side of the frame so that the credits can fill out the right side. Not to mention the silhouetted ropes in the foreground to give a sense of depth. This is a baller opening credits sequence, and Marty should be proud. Number 2. Enter the Void's opening credits is the most wild, insane fucking thing I've ever seen to open a film. Like, Jesus Christ. This is without a doubt the most bananas opening credits in the history of cinema. I mean, just look at this. It's insane, but it's also pretty incredible. The credits start off flashing names and companies with like this eerie hum behind it. As the credits keep flashing, the humming gets more intense until, bam, the techno song Freak blasts out from the depths and we get another explosion of credits. This is unlike anything I've ever seen in a movie and one for the books. Also, I feel super bad for you if you're epileptic. I'm not a doctor, but if you're epileptic, these credits might fucking kill you. Number 1. Not only is Do the Right Thing one of the best films from the 1980s, it has, in my humble opinion, the best opening credits of all time. Period. The credit sequence punches you right in the face with its energy and its attitude. Rosie Perez dancing to Fight the Power by Public Enemy is cinematic gold. The credits start off with a smooth saxophone melody before it quickly fades out and Public Enemy kicks in. We're then transported to a fake New York set where Rosie Perez is waiting for us, ready to display one of the best dance numbers ever. From the set changes, the costume changes, and the changes in Rosie's choreography, it keeps the credits moving at a fast pace. I believe this is the longest credit sequence on this list, but it weirdly feels like it's one of the shortest. With incredible vision by Spike, a memorable dance number by Perez, and Public Enemy's intense lyrics, Do the Right Thing's opening credits is one for the history books and gets my number 1 vote without hesitation. Okay, so those are my picks for the best opening credits of all time, but that's just my opinion. What are yours? What are some of your favorites? What did I leave out? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.